evening, folks. Thanks for joining me on Cooking with Dan Luzzi. My name is Janet Rapasardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening in Dan's kitchen. Hi there, Dan.
Hey, Janet, what's up?
How you doing?
Good, good. How you doing?
Good, good.
So what'd you do to Greg's truck, Janet?
Oh, please.
We get right to the meat of it here.
Yeah, does our audience know?
Yeah, went to do him a little favor. Do him a little favor, spiff it up a little bit. And
I don't think he thought it was a favor.
yeah, he told me the truck got stolen twice in one day. Ooh, doggies. Sounds like you didn't bring it west of here.
No, he's got the bicycle now. He likes that.
All right, we're going to whip up a rather simple dish that my mother made this dish a few years back, and she said I better mention that or she'd open up a can of whoop ass on me. So yeah, it's something you could do around the holidays that doesn't take all that much. It's cream cheese, and they're stuffed mushrooms with some cream cheese and bacon. We're going to season it a little bit, and of course I just can't leave well enough alone. I had to embellish it a little bit. I added a little chopped scallion in there and studded it with some mushroom stems.
It's not really Mama Luzzi's.
Yes, it's Mom's. This is Mom's. I don't want to get crazy. I took a little bacon. I pre-softened some cream cheese. And we had some larger mushrooms here. I mean, if you serve these at a cocktail party or something, it might sound a little, but you can't put a toothpick in them. Yeah, these are larger, but you can really serve some small ones if you take the time to stuff them. And if you pass them around, you could really almost pick them up at a cocktail party, providing they're not like molten lava, you know. They've cooled off a little bit, lost their temperature. If they're small enough, you can really handle them. And I love bacon. You know, many times you're seeing these stuff with both crab meat and sausage. You see a lot of sausage stuffings and stuff like that. I think bacon's terrific, and it works really well with the cream cheese. And, you know, holiday time, little cream cheese, we'll worry about that after January 1.
We're not too worried about that. Yeah.
Please, if you can, don't go get the imitation bacon. You know, the flavor and Baco's just doesn't cut it, folks, okay? And we like to do the bacon on the crispy side. I did put the, you don't have to mess up your whole range either. We took the bacon and laid it out on a tray and baked it in the oven. You know, 350 or so. Just bake it till it's crisps off. And it'll work. But you want to soften the cream cheese up a little bit. I bought one of your basic brands. Let's see how much. I'm going to take the bacon and chop it kind of coarsely. Make our little mix here. Oh boy, don't get this brand of bacon. Either my knife's dull or this stuff's like rubber. Try it this way. That's a little better. Trying to cut it down in the valley there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping this show will air by. Is this possibly going to be airing by the Christmas time? Do you think? We're going to have this in time for Valentine's Day, right? I've lost track of it, how it all works. You know. You think maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, we could work it out.
We could work it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You know, you don't need much in the way of hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, when you have dinner, it's one thing if you have a cocktail party. Some of these parties that are having dinner, there's so many hors d'oeuvres, you might just need a little salad and pasta to go along with it, you know. Well, this can be a neat little addition, a little hot item, you know. And you don't have to serve it super hot. It seems like it can sit well for a few minutes. I know some people are obsessed with food that sears the roof of your mouth, but I don't know. I like when you get the edge off of the you know, to let the temperature drop a little bit so you can actually taste the flavor of the food. Sometimes it's very difficult to do when it's burning it, you know.
Okay.
I think.
Now I notice you're really mincing that very well.
Yeah, pretty much.
And eating the larger pieces.
Right, you caught me with that, huh? All right. Got a little scallion over here. I'm going to put a little scallion in and a little scallion on. Let's see, we'll try a couple pieces to begin with and see what we come up with. You know, I was going to use an onion, but I said, what the heck, the scallion will give it color and
gives it a nice little
flavor.
zip.
Yeah,
sure.
Give it a nice little zip. I thought we needed a third item.
Uh-oh. Are we going to remember a third item after we finish cooking these things?
Yes, eating them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice item. You know, it's something that, like I said, well, it's not a sausage and crab. They're very tasty. That's what I'm going to get to.
Actually, they're lighter than the sausage, which is nice.
Right. You know, and then the sausage, you do the more Italian style. Mm-hmm. This is kind of a tweener, I guess, you know. But, you know, crab meat is nice, too, but it is overdone a little bit. Also, it doesn't cost $1 million, you know.
Right.
Let's see how that looks in there. We're just eyeballing this a little bit. That looks like a lot. We can always add a little bit more of this in here.
Okay.
Got some salt and some pepper. But you can smell
nice
that scallion jumping at you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I got a little white pepper in here. I think they're going to get lost in the cream cheese. I think. I better use a spoon for this. And mash this in.
Okay, so the cream cheese is pretty well softened by the time you do this mixture.
Yeah, you could jump it in a radar, but, you know, then you're starting to melt it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just leave it out for a while. It'll soften up pretty quickly. It looks like we hit this right on the money here.
Sure.
Now, I could take some of the mushroom stems and put them in to the mix, right? Mm-hmm. Or I could just... maybe I'll just garnish the top of the mushrooms with them, maybe stud the top of it.
Okay.
Let's see how this works. So we'll do this, we're doing this item first just because we have to bake it off in the oven. And what's good about it too, it doesn't take a year and a day. You don't have to par cook anything. This stuff, you can eat it all, you can eat the mushrooms raw for that matter.
Sure. You can eat the cream cheese raw for that.
Yeah, have a fingerful. Yeah, holiday time is upon us. Golf season is over, I think.
Oh, Dan, I'm so sorry.
Gonna have to head south.
I was just going to say that.
To start being nicer to my friends that have places in Florida.
When are the tickets to Florida coming in?
Right, I wish. That would be nice. But maybe I could scoot down there, who knows. Tell my wife I'm going on a junket to learn about various cooking techniques at a steakhouse at Rachel's, just outside of Boca. Right. Famous steakhouse there. That's their feature, amongst other things. But, yeah, a couple rounds of golf and Rachel's would not be a bad situation. You ever been to Rachel's, Janet?
No, I was going to ask you what that is.
That, well, have you ever heard of legs and eggs?
Legs and eggs.
Well, this is legs and steak.
I thought it had to have a kind of a theme.
Yes, this is a theme, right.
A theme restaurant.
Yes. We should all make the ride to Rachel's. Yeah, ladies, when you get down to Florida, that's what you do. You tell your husband, you take me to this Rachel's place. I heard it's this guy, great prime beef. Yes, terrific steaks at Rachel's. That's about it, though. If you're going for anything else, it's a drag. Oh, boy. All right, we've stuffed these up. I think 4 of these is enough, right? Those things are big enough to choke an elephant.
They're huge.
Yeah. So let me take one of our stems here. See if we can chop this up a little bit.
Sprinkle that on the top.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see how that, I think it'd have a nice little look. Give it a little bit of a... Smooth these out a little bit, a little rough. You got anything planned for the holiday season?
Oh, yeah. All sorts of things. Parties.
What did you tell me? What was it you said? Greg was either going to Santa or the Grinch. Which one was it going to be? Today, I think it might be the Grinch. What do you think?
Don't put it on your cameraman.
Greg was whipping us in a line here.
Oh, yeah.
Goofing around too much on the set here.
Well, I was looking for the happy pills. Dan was looking for the vodka.
Yes.
That was a better idea, I think.
It's all working out.
Yeah.
Put these on the top. They look okay, right?
Yeah, looks good.
I was debating whether to do this or not. Seems like it gives it a little bit of something. I don't know what that something is, but a little, what is the word I'm looking for?
Oh,
Coarseness,
it's just,
a little,
I don't know, it kind of finishes, well, it actually doesn't quite finish it off, because once you take it out, we'll have to sprinkle either couple little bacon bits, or maybe a little parsley, something
Right.
on the very top.
A little texture on the
Little
top there.
texture.
Right.
That's the word we were looking for,
Yeah.
texture. Yeah.
All right, we're going to wheel these in the oven and see how these monsters come out, huh? Here we go.
Now, Dan, before you go anywhere, I notice you have another cauldron going over here in the
Yes, this
kitchen.
is Grandma's brew.
Grandma's brew.
The
That's what
witch's
it looks
brew
like.
here. Yeah, it's just coming
I
to a
see some
boil now.
celery, a lot of chicken in there.
Right. Onions,
Vegetables.
carrots.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Right.
I wish you could see this, folks.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
put maybe some of that
It's a basic chicken broth.
basic chicken broth? Very
Yeah.
basic chicken broth.
But, you know, if
It
you
looks
can
like
add enough...
half an army here.
If you make it strong enough, you can get a good base for soups and stuff like that, you know, and it's a base of
Okay.
a lot of our dishes, except the fish dishes. But it's you know, if you make it strong enough and nice enough, you can use it for soups and stuff like that. It's got good, great base chicken flavor, just like Grandma's soup, that kind of thing.
Oh, that's what you use, the real thick. It boils down, it gets really thick.
Actually, no. This
No?
one here is just a stock that you can make different types of soup bases or consomme. You ever see that done where they clarify what the eggshells or egg whites in?
Oh, okay.
Bring it to a slow simmer,
Sure.
and then the egg whites come to the top, and with it, it takes all the impurities. So there you have that clear broth. Maybe dice a few vegetables into it, and it's got that great chicken flavor. You know, it looks like water, for crying out loud, but that's why it's usually $9 a bowl at Tavern on the Green. You know, the effort you have to give to it is
A
tremendous.
lot of effort.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we just bring it to a rapid boil, and then we just simmer it for a few hours, get all the flavors out. We strain it.
Okay.
Fat comes to the top, and we skim it, and away you go.
Well, there we go. What's next?
I don't know. We've got a couple dishes here.
Looks good. Can't forget the mushrooms, though.
Yeah, I'll try
Just
this
as a
fillet of
reminder.
sole dish. All right, got a little fillet of sole here.
Okay.
All I was going to do was poach it. It's a whitefish, not terribly expensive. It's not too thick, not too thin. It's very delicate, very delicate. It's very easy to overcook this. You know,
Okay.
it's one of these dishes, if it's an achievement, if you can, I feel like you can bring it up to a certain temperature and, not overcook it. It's very easy to do. We did some of that wilted spinach that we've done on a couple of our
Yeah,
shows.
that's great.
It's wilted,
Love
it's
that.
broken down, it's soft, and there's minimal moisture. It's not like seaweed, you know, and it's going to be a terrific base that when we make this little buttery sauce, it's the sauce will do all the talking and it won't be a lot of water jumping in, you know, that kind of thing. We're very conscious of that. All right, I'm going to put this pan down, and I've got a little lemon juice here, a little fresh lemon juice, of course. You don't want to overdo it. We can always add a little lemon at the end. I've got some white wine here. I believe it's a Pinot Grigio.
Oh, nice. Very light.
I'm going to bring that to a boil. And then I'll add some of this butter right now because we just want to kind of marry them up together. It is a butter sauce. I can't stand it. These butter cubes look like
I know, they're
hunks of
small, but
lard on the
they
camera.
do,
They're
they
not
look
as large as they
huge.
look on the camera. All right, we'll get this going. I don't want to, hopefully we're going to create a bit of like a cream.
Oh, okay.
A butter cream here, and that we're
Okay.
going to poach that into it. We don't want to overdo it. We want it, there's a certain point where it kind of, it comes together. Some sort of French terminology for that is just
What
escaping
is
me
that
at the
French
moment.
terminology?
Just nice and creamy. But
What is that French word?
I don't know. What's the French word? I might as well put this on the plate, the spinach. Just going to spread the leaves out. I'm telling you, I'm very proud of this. This is a really neat thing. One of these little things that we just take that bit of time with that hopefully will make things 10% better, you know? 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%.
Oh, no. Well, that adds up.
I wake up in the middle of the night, 10%! All right, I'm going to put this in the oven. We'll get the spinach hot.
Okay.
And we're ready to go. It's a nice little base, you know, and we're not overwhelming it with spinach. hopefully this will, it's not going to be super creamy like you're doing some cream sauce, but it's just going to thicken slightly. And the fish itself is going to give up some of the moisture that's in it. And that's why we're going to try to make this a little thicker. You don't want it all watery. There we go. It's coming together a little bit here. Gonna add a little salt, pepper and salt rather. And I'm going to take these fish and kind of wet them a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I want to show the skin side up.
And actually, they absorbed a lot of the
Right.
a lot of the liquid
You'll see
right
when
off
that
the
comes
bat.
out, it'll end up. There'll be moisture there.
Oh, nice.
A little paprika on there.
Mm-hmm. Give it a little color.
Lid here. We'll turn it on down.
Okay.
Gonna pop this spinach. This dish is gonna finish rapidly, so I'll get it hot in the oven here.
All right.
Check my little stock out, see how we're doing. I don't want it boiling too rapidly. Just want to simmer it. It is rolling a little too much. I'll turn it down.
You know, Dan, I was going to ask you, I noticed you've got a couple of French rolls up here. Actually,
right,
they look
yeah.
a little different. Are
The
they?
kind of, see, this is just turning white like this. You can almost, let's try to touch the top of it. See, no, it's still underdone. It should split just a little bit, okay? But go ahead, you were saying?
I was saying that actually they look a little different. Are there two different types here? Or?
Right. I have, we make, this is a French bread. And this is what they call a small baston.
Small baston.
Baston.
Oh,
It's
I've seen
crispy
that.
right now, and if it's not, we try to put it, we don't serve bread hot, but it's the type of bread that doesn't have to be served hot. No, but sometimes we do put it in the oven and crisp it up a little bit, so you have that little crunch.
Okay.
And with the French bread, this is a little too rough for the sandwiches we've been making, and I like to do the croutons and the garlic
out
toast
of
with
the
this.
French bread?
Yeah.
Wow.
The carrozza,
Right.
that type of thing. And this is the bread that I like to have with a little bread and butter at the table. So.
Yeah, this
you know,
is a little
just-
bit more crusty, the baston.
Right.
Okay.
The sandwiches, we don't want anybody breaking their teeth in here.
That's good to know.
Okay.
I
You
noticed
can-
the
yeah, you
fish
can
has gotten
see.
significantly more opaque than it had been before.
Here you can push it and you can almost feel it giving.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it's done.
Okay.
That's where you want to have it.
That's a good-
Anything over that,
That's a good way to test it.
forget it, you know.
Okay.
And you know, I call this Florentine. Anytime you're seeing something with spinach on it, you can call it Florentine if you like. You see alla romana, you'll see anchovy in it, that sort of thing. All right, we don't have an overwhelming amount of sauce, but you know, I don't think we need it.
No.
There we have our little
great.
filet of sole Florentine. All right.
Okay, I was looking at, I was going to say the third dish, but is this the second dish or the third dish?
Third.
I don't know. This is the third dish?
Third.
I think the
We did
first
three
one, folks,
today.
was an appetizer, wasn't it? Does that count as a dish?
Well, with the size of those mushrooms, it looks like dinner for four for crying out loud, right? They are going to shrink up a
yeah.
little bit. I was going to cook up some shrimp and scallops.
Okay.
I call it a shrimp and scallops Toscana, where I got that name, Lord only knows. And basically, we were going to serve it over some pasta. I had a little angel hair.
Angel hair?
We're going to saute the shrimp and the scallops, and toss the vegetables, which were mushroom, artichokes, tomatoes, and basil. We're just going to toss it in there, and I had it was going to be a vinegar-based sauce. I had a little broth here with a chicken base and some wine vinegar and garlic, and I also have
That looks kind of neat.
that's
what is that?
our balsamic vinaigrette that we have at its room temperature, which is critical to the dish. We needed something to get it creamy a little bit, not creamy, but just not watery on the plate. I didn't want to use butter and cheese and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
So the trick being that everything else being hot and this dressing at room temperature really seemed to make the dish.
Okay.
So all we're going to do is start it off with a little oil. We're going to cook the shrimp and scallops most of the way. It's a nice
Most
little
of the
dish.
way.
Most of the way, because
Okay.
as we're finishing it, you know, the
It
heat will start
finishes,
passing it through.
Cooks it. Okay.
Wonder how our
Mushrooms.
Oh,
Or
the
shrooms.
mushrooms they're doing, yeah, the mushrooms from hell. You know, like we said, you
Oh,
could, it was
great.
edible. Let me see how soft they are. Yeah, they're pretty much, they're getting there. They're getting there. Sorry about that.
That's okay, Dan.
Getting rubby here. I took the tails off the shrimp. Nothing drives me crazier than to go out and have pasta with something.
And then you have a
Tails
little
are on it,
fuzzy.
shocking.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it does give it a little bit more girth, if you would. These scallops seem to take a little bit longer than the shrimp. So I'll place them in there first.
Okay.
It's a little more oil than I wanted. I'll just toss it here for now. I guess I'll cook the angel hair right away. I like to have the pasta out of the way, not have pressure on it.
And that won't take long, about a minute.
Yeah, tops.
Mm-hmm.
This angel hair is fussy, fussy. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go a pinch for good measure, right?
There you go.
I doubt if I'm going to use all of that, though. But this stuff happens quickly. We're going to add a few of our ingredients. Artichokes, the mushrooms, our little tomatoes,
Now don't add that basil just yet.
no,
I know, we've learned that from experience.
right, add that at the end.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I'll put our little shrimpy wimpies back in.
Okie dokie.
We're going to get that, I'll try a little more of this broth. So I want to cook these vegetables, get them to temperature just a little bit, you know. See if I can find a nice little plate. See how this is all kind of stuck together here, right? I normally would have some backwater. I'll just do it with some hot water over here.
Okay.
I'm going to shake some of the water out of it. That is way too much. You want to really, really keep this angel hair on the short side. It seems to just grow on the plate.
Okay.
But I'm going to add some of these basil leaves. Stir those in. I'm going to take some of this balsamic vinaigrette. Like I said, it's only room temperature. I'm going to wheel that in. It just thickens it a little bit, you know, without taking too much off of the temperature, you know. All right, I guess what we'll do is place the scallops and shrimp, maybe alternately, right? Get that
I
bad boy in there.
can smell that, the balsamic coming through. That is
and the
really
basil.
nice.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And see, it's not real loose, not real thick. You have to be very careful, especially if the dish has angel hair on it. You know what I mean?
We don't want it too thick, would kind of overpower the
Exactly.
angel hair.
Right. And then all right, we'll separate our colors a little bit. Got that al dente angel hair. Maybe we have one more basil leaf for a garnish on the top.
Great.
We have that little shrimp and scallops Toscana with some angel hair.
Okay, so I guess we have to pull our mushrooms out. What do you think, Dan? Our first dish. Our first dish.
Check them out.
Check them out.
Yeah, they're looking pretty tight.
Oh, yeah.
Cream cheese seems to have settled a little bit.
Sure, and actually that was a great idea because look at how nice and brown the
Right, that worked out.
mushroom on the, sure.
Just was a lucky guess.
Something tells me you knew that.
I had a hunch it might work.
I think so.
See, and
Those
as
look
I'm taking
great.
these off, I can feel the molten lava, that cream cheese, rolling around on there. Not too wet, but again, there's not a lot of pressure with this dish also. There's not a lot of pressure to get it right to the plate. Come on, hurry up and eat before it cools off. They can sit okay at room temperature.
Sure.
So what I'm saying is don't serve them cold, but you don't have to be obsessed with having them sizzling. And again, if you made them those real little Twinkie Winky type mushrooms, it can It can be something you could just pick up and eat.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us again in the dining room where we wrap up what we've made in the kitchen this evening. Dan?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to have one of those mushrooms, I think.
They're great.
Yeah, stuffed with cream cheese, bacon, and scallion. We had our poached sole Florentine with the lemon, white wine, and butter sauce.
Very light.
Over that luxuriously steamed spinach, I might add. And we had our shrimp and scallops Toscana with the basil leaves, over the angel hair, the vinegar sauce,
Yes.
and mushrooms, tomatoes, basil leaves tossed in.
Great. Well, thanks, Dan. Thank you very much, folks, for joining us this evening. We hope your holidays are healthy and happy, and we'll see you again next week.